Okay, item number 4, approve the minutes of your February 7th meeting. You have a copy in your packet, and also the February 9th, 2012. What's the pleasure of the council?
So moved.
Have a motion, to have a second.
Second motion.
Have a motion, second, call roll, please.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Ms. Green?
Here.
Mr. Hammond?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Gibbs?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 5, reports from your boards, committees, or department heads. You have a copy in your packet. What's the pleasure?
I make a motion that we adopt what the committee and department.
Okay, have a motion, to have a second.
Second.
Have a second, call roll.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Ms. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Mr. Gibbs?
Yes.
Motion carried. Item number 6, any comments from the citizens? Noted being none, is there any announcements? Noted being none. Under administration, Cade, approval of plaque for the library. You want to comment on that?
Well, this was in your box, and this is what we're ordering tomorrow, and we're waiting on, one from the Friends of the Library to be the exact same size. This is it, so we're ordering it tomorrow, and you'll have yours. Okay. And by the way, thank the press for the good write-up they did on the library, a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the plaque for the library.
May I ask a question?
Okay, one.
Would it not, I mean, I noticed we looked at that, and we got all the council's names and everything, and unless we've got another one, would it not have been appropriate to put Nancy Green's name on there and list her as librarian, since she's been a librarian so long?
Well, that's the reason I put it out there for y'all to tell me, and we want to have a plaque for Friends of the Library, and I thought if she wanted to put her name on there, that would be fine, whatever. I put something out for y'all to wrap back to me.
Okay, let me see it, please.
Uh,
Can I see it?
On the Friends of the Library, it'll be supposedly, how many friends we got on the board?
Actually, it's more library board, the board of trustees.
It's not Friends of the Library board.
Right, and there's 7 of them, there'll be 7 names, 7. 7.
7? Okay.
Is there any more comment?
I agree with Wayne.
Tell me what you want on there, the board.
Okay, let me tell you what we did do before. The one that's got Johnny Burgess over here that we just put up.
Yeah.
Well, it had Johnny on there as the director of the public recreation. So why would we do it any different?
I sent this out to get comments, and that's what I'm
I
getting.
know you did, and it's not your fault, Kate, it's probably ours, because we should have, probably
I
some
was
of us
just
should have
looking
spoke
over
up
it this
before
afternoon.
and done this, so there would be no problem with it, just add her name to it.
It's not ordered nothing, have you, John? Or?
Nothing's been ordered. Nothing been
Yeah.
ordered.
So,
What's your name?
Okay, all right, wait a minute, I've got a motion, Wayne, to add Nancy's name on the plaque, right? Angela, made just a second? You second, all right?
we just need to add it like we did the rest of it, we don't need a motion on to do it, because we're gonna make a motion on to approve the whole plaque,
Okay.
unless you wanna do it that
Well, you
way.
might, this is to approve the whole plaque, this is what we're approving now?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a motion, second, call the
Just add
roll.
her name to it, you know.
Okay. Call the roll.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Ms. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Mr. Gibbs?
Yes. Motion carries. Under Police Department, approved purchase of utility vehicle. This is to be paid to capital outlay note. This is not a approved to purchase one, this is due to specs on one, right, Jim? You know what we discussed in the
Yes,
workshop?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's be clear on it. This is not to purchase one. This is for them to drive to specs.
Advertise for bid.
Advertise for bid, yes. That's what we discussed.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Are we open for comment?
Yes.
Okay, why, maybe somebody knows better more than I do, why would we not put maybe 4 cameras down there? They're $700, $800 a piece, $3,000 at the most. Instead of putting somewhere between 12 to 18,000, and we're monitoring the thing 24 hours a day. You got your cameras there. and it'll serve the same purpose. Instead of, that way our men don't have to go down there unless 911 says, hey, we've got problems.
Jimmy, how many cameras is dispatch monitoring now in dispatch? I know you got one in the parking lot, you got one in the front entrance, you got one in this hallway, you got one in the back door.
4 or 5.
4 or 5? They're already monitoring 4 or 5 cameras entering.
Huh?
They're already monitoring 4 or 5 cameras, dispatch.
4 or 5 more ain't gonna hurt now.
Well, I'll tell you what now, I had a vehicle parked out back here, and they stole the signs off that vehicle, they parked back here, so, you know, why put never a camera? You know, if they're still out there in the parking lot.
Yeah. So you're saying they're probably, we put them down there, they'll steal the camera?
Well, yeah, doubt my mind. They steal everything else.
Yeah.
Did
Do
we,
you know how cameras work, Mr. Stanfield?
Do I know how to work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
think-
take one, hit the other one, hit the other one, and hit the other one. You only have to have one monitor for 5 cameras.
How many monitors we got, Jimmy, in the police department? One
It's got-
monitor, how many?
It's either 4 or 5. It's got 4 on it all the time, and it may switch back and forth between the screen.
Well, I'm pretty sure Mr. I know how it operates.
Yeah. And then that way you're watching everything that moves there, and it would actually cover you better than what you're planning on doing.
Are you against our police officers patrolling the walking trail?
Why, no, I'm not against them. I'm just against spending $18,000 from $3,000.
Well, we spend money all the time for patrol cars.
Well, that's the purpose of it. That's the whole purpose for your money, is to spend it.
Well, if we go with your reasoning, we could put up traffic cameras and stuff and eliminate patrol out there also.
Well, yeah, you could do both if you want to spend that kind of money. I'm just saying, you're looking at the difference between 3,000 and 17, 18,000.
let me ask you a question, did you find out about that website, and whether that could be on a state bid?
Yes, sir. I checked on that website, and it was out of Minnesota, I believe, and it didn't have what we were looking for on the bid on that website. Still checking still checking to see if we can find a state bid on it, but on that particular website, it didn't have what we were looking for. I actually had to call them to find out. I actually called a man that there at the place, got their number and called them.
Is there any more comments?
Well, it's raised a lot of eyebrows. I've had several citizens to ask me what we need with a vehicle like that. And I've tried to explain to them that the chief says he could patrol that walking trail a lot better, especially if something happened on the far end. But now, you know, I guess they agree with what Mr. Hackmaker's saying, that that's a lot of money to spend for something like that.
They're not only wanting patrolling the parking trail, they're gonna do the alleys, the Sergeant Park, and the library. Even though we'll have security cameras in the library, they'll still patrol that
The
area.
only concern I'd have about it would be, I better not catch anybody riding it, fooling around with it other than the police officers.
Now,
That's something I don't want to happen.
you can't say that, Wayne.
Don't tell me.
You see,
Hey,
There ain't
if they
nobody
do-
sitting at this
if they
table that
do,
do
you
that,
done got
good
your
business,
bid.
right?
If they do, if they use it that way, you done got it, you done paid it, you done shared the expense on it.
There's not one person at this table sitting up here that have any business being on that vehicle.
Oh, no, I mean, if we buy it, let's use it, and if we don't buy, if we don't wanna spend the $18,000 of the taxpayers' money, let's spend $3,000 and put the cameras down there.
I think
You've done the same thing.
Wayne is saying that he just wants the police department only to use it, is that correct?
That's what we're buying it for.
Okay, that sounds, okay. And I wouldn't think that any other department or anybody up here or anybody would be using it except the police department.
that's who it's for. To my understanding, it's who it's for, the police department. Okay, what's the council's pleasure on giving Jimmy the authorization to go ahead and spec one out and bid it? Need a motion.
So moved, Mayor.
Have a motion, have a second.
Yes.
Have a motion, call the roll, please.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Ms. Graham?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
This is only to approve the bids, right?
This is to spec it out, answer.
Spec it out. And then you'll come back and vote in again.
He's got
Yes.
Mr. Gibbs?
Yes.
Motion carries. Under Recreation, approve the bids for splash park features of Hallett equipment, $21,860 upon continuance of the LPRF approval. What is that, Johnny?
It has to be approved as part of a grant, and they will have to look at the bid and approve it, make
Okay.
sure so it's just procedure.
Okay, this is the only bid we got on it, right, John?
Yes, and it's the company that originally we bought the equipment from.
Okay,
And it was advertised in the regional papers, so
okay. Okay, what's the pleasure of the council?
So moved.
Have a motion, have a second.
Second.
Have a second, call the roll, George.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Ms. Graham?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Mr. Gibbs?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 2, approve advertisement for parking lot bids. Now, Johnny, this is,
that's for sealing and striping.
okay, West LaFollette or the library?
It'd be the
Bob?
Overextender Center Library.
Okay, were you blacktop it, Madison Street Park?
Yes.
Okay.
You got the money in your budget, don't you, Johnny?
Yes.
Move we approve, Mayor.
Have a motion.
Second.
Have a second, call the roll, George.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Ms. Graham?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Mr. Gibbs?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 3, approve a request for $64,000 for the sports complex at East LaFollette Elementary School, which is now the East New Community Center. What's your pleasure, council?
So moved.
I have a motion, have a second.
Second one.
Have a motion, take call the roll.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Ms. Graham?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Mr. Gibbs?
Yes.
Motion carried. People, enjoy your ball field. Okay, under ordinance and resolutions, item number 1, resolution 2012-06, resolutions for the rural development loan for the following utilities. Kenny, would you like to comment?
Yeah, this is the same item that Mr. Troxel came and presented to the council last week. This money will be used for improvements at the water treatment plant, wastewater pump station improvements, water line improvements, and other general improvements there in the water department. $300,000 of that will be grant funds, and the other $1,825,000 will be loan funds at 3% fixed. And we'd appreciate the council's consideration in allowing us to move forward with this project.
Kenny, that was a 3% fixed rate?
Yes.
Or lower if it dropped? It
Right.
can't go above 3%, right?
Can't go above 3, but can go lower.
Yes, sir. Okay. Is there any comments to Kenny from council? No, if you don't, what's your council's pleasure?
So moved.
I have a motion from Stanley. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from my call roll, please.
Mr. Bellinger?
I'd like to state that I have a conflict. I work for LaFollette Utilities. I vote yes.
Ms. Graham?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Mr. Gibbs?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 2, resolution 2012-07, resolution for a credit card for the city of LaFollette. Kay, you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, the fact that the minutes just approved it, they gotta have a resolution. So, if we got a resolution?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it right there, that's it.
I recommend you approve it.
Okay, but the people that's responsible for it is you and who else?
Me and Terry,
You and Terry, okay.
only the two
Authorized you.
that use it.
Okay.
You'll be monitored, you'll be, I've reading what the utilities did, they passed quite an extensive, thing on their credit card, and it might be a good idea for us to do the same thing.
That's about what we're doing.
Yeah.
Wasn't that,
It's in line with ours.
wasn't a $5,000 limit? Answer,
Huh?
$5,000 limit on the credit card?
Is that what we had before, Kate?
I believe that's right.
Yeah.
It's in the resolution, it's capital.
Okay.
Is it
Yeah.
5? Yeah, okay.
Okay. What's the pleasure, council?
Mayor, I make a motion that we adopt resolution 2012-07.
Okay, I have a motion to have a second.
Yes.
Have a second, call it roll. Joe?
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Ms. Graham?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Mr. Gibbs?
Yes.
Item number 3, resolutions 2012-08, a resolution for budget amendments for the community service fund projects. And Kay, give us a comment of that? You want to commentate on it?
Well, everybody got that in the packet, and, we go down, just to give him Terry, where to take the money from and make sure that we're all on the same page. And, it's self-explanatory. I'll be glad to answer any questions that you got about it, if best I could. Paving, 84,189.
Okay, that 84,109, that's where we're over budget, right? We're still over budget. What Terry said?
We didn't discuss it.
I think me and Terry discussed, okay.
The
Okay,
next one, of course, is, we'll go to the next one, library roof. That is for the Mansford Park. The tire grant, that's, of course, where we're trying to redo this bridge out here, get a new bridge. And while we was in Nashville, we did talk to some people. This money is approved only by the Commissioner of Transportation, who's appointed by the governor. And we feel like our chances are good to get this. It's $1 million project, and Jim's been very instrumental in getting all the paperwork. We got to put up $50,000, but we don't have to put it up all at once. We'll put it up as we get bills for it. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
We appropriated how much to spend before. This just tells us where to get the money from to pay it. The amount has already been taken care of.
Okay. And we would hope that this is stimulus money, and then we can start, this bridge starts by summer. We don't know. Mullis Trail project. Y'all allocated $30,000. We don't know exactly whether that'll cover it or not. Would you like to respond to that, Jim? In any way?
About the expense or what part of Mullis Trail are you?
now let's hold off on that, Jim. That'll be the last thing we talk about.
Okay.
The surveying, we know the 30,000.
This 30 is a estimate. It'll be close to covering it unless we run into some unexpected expenses, which I don't foresee. But we discussed the amount that should cover.
The last one is the High Street project. It's self-explanatory, where we're trying to widen that street, do it in-house. And this gives Terry a go-ahead to allocate this money. And I recommend you pass this resolution number.
2012-08. What's the pleasure of the council?
I make a motion that we adopt resolution 2012-08 for the budget amendment for the community service fund project.
Have a motion, have a second.
Second motion.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Ms. Graham? Yes. Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Mr. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion carries. Ordinance 2012-01, the Payne Creek ordinance rezoning of the M1 area. And this is the third and final reading. So what's the pleasure of the council?
Mayor, I make a motion to adopt ordinance 2012-01.
Have a motion, have a second.
Yes.
Have a second. Call the roll, George.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Ms. Graham?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Mr. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion carries. Before we adjourn, Jim, we run into a problem down there at Bellmead and council kind of wire some of it. Could you explain a little bit?
Thanks to Stan, he ran these off this afternoon. Don't tell you that or not. The men, it feels like there's more than one, people want to, let me send me a couple of these people. This shows where the right-of-way is in respect to the proposed project. The right-of-way is highlighted in red. You see up about the center of your page, there's another area highlighted in blue or green, whichever one you want to call it. Part of it pretty well aligns with the center right of way as is. Down in that green area, the existing road is off center of the right of way. The planning commission and the council approved the new street to be in the center of the right of way. So to vary from that, some people have asked that in that particular area, maybe we vary off center to keep from doing so much damage to some people's yards.
Yeah.
So, that's what we ran into. The people down there were not aware of how close the right-of-way actually came or how far it went over on their property when they purchased the property. So, when they found out, when we got staked out, they were troubled about it. That's understandable. But since you all approved putting it in the center of the right of way, if it's a pleasure, and then here again, it's whatever the pleasure of the council. If you want to leave it like it is, or if you want to vary off of it down in that particular area to accommodate the situation and not encroach or close to their house, that's up to you all.
Mr. Mullins, we have to give you an answer tonight.
Pardon?
We have to give you an answer tonight.
I'm sorry.
We need an answer from us tonight, please.
Well,
Is this something we can go by and look at tonight?
it's something you look at. No, I don't have to have that. I need an answer before we start work. I don't feel like we need to go down there and go work till we resolve this question.
This particular area, we, I was on the way back in from Nashville, Tuesday afternoon, and the mayor called me, got some calls down there, and we actually stopped in down there and took a look at this afternoon.
And here's one of those houses, it's pretty, it's right there on the
It
right
is
of
the
way.
last house.
Yeah, this is, in talking to the people down there, this is the least intrusive way of affecting all of them down through there if we move this portion down here off center.
Well, why don't we just do the right thing, have Mr. Mullins deal with the people down there, do what him and Stan thinks the right thing to do, and if we can go here and help this guy, or go there and help these people, Jim will know, and let Jim work it out with them.
Well, we've already
You've already.
told him
We don't
what
make
to
a
do.
difference what we done, we can undo what we done.
That's what we're saying
We've got
tonight.
to do it.
That's what we're doing tonight.
Yeah.
And,
We don't have to have a decision tonight, you know, on whether you want to vary, somebody want to look at it later. But I don't think it's in anyone's best interest to go down there and go to work till everybody agrees on what we want to do.
Yeah, I'm not, you know, like I told you people here, Steve, we're not down here to take away from you, but we want you on ours, you know what I'm saying? You know.
By us shifting that, that's not gonna be a great deal of, work,
No.
additions for you all.
No,
It'd be
Probably less.
probably less expense.
probably be
overall.
less, actually, because if we do shift off center in that area, we will utilize the existing roadway.
Okay. And then, so we're taking equal distance from the middle on both sides.
Well, that's what we proposed up to this point.
And then when we saw how close the variances were on the right of way, then we need to adjust.
Right.
Okay.
But in this area right here is where we're talking about staying over off center. Kind of where the road, street, excuse me, where the street is now.
And that's what you recommend we do?
Well, I'm not recommending, I'm staying out of that.
It's,
You all decide what you want to do.
It's the least intrusive way for everybody down there.
no, I told you, man.
It is the least intrusive. It will probably, in all truth, save us a little bit of construction cost. So, whatever y'all want.
It's, like I say, Steve, it's not, it's gonna save us in the long run.
Well,
It's,
we just don't want to take somebody's yard.
no, I assure you, Steve, we wouldn't here to do it, you know. but we need.
This is not your trail, is it, down there, Mr. Mullins?
No,
Is that Mullins or, your
No.
last
No.
name?
Trail district.
You don't have any property or anything there?
spell different,
None at all?
none at all.
No interest or anything?
Mullins or Mullins are two
No
different-
cousins, nothing like this?
Not that I know
Okay.
I would,
Last name matches, I didn't know if there's something there or not. But, let's don't leave our code man out.
I would,
Let him look at it for the simple reason, somewhere down the road,
He's already looked at it, Stan. He looked at yours.
well, let him help make our, tell us what he thinks.
What do you think,
And,
Stan? What do you think, Stan?
I'm not gonna tell y'all what to do.
But don't you think what we're trying to do
Well,
is
you tell us
right?
what to do, we
You
just want you to
you just need
give us
to,
your opinion, you said you're the code man.
well, I agree, but the thing, what needs to happen here, if you want us to change it, you need to change what you voted for the first time. If you want us to move it over, change your vote.
Yeah, see, we voted for it first
I would
time.
make a motion that we allow Jim, and if he needs to use Stan also, to work with the folks down there to meander the least intrusive way to get this job done.
Joseph Williams, we'll have set call roll, you would, please.
Mr. Bollinger,
Yes?
Ms. Green.
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker.
Yes.
Mr. Kidd.
Yes.
Motion carries. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
This motion means adjourn. Okay, Jim, yeah, go to it.
Your board called order. We don't have any application. I hear a motion that we adjourn.
all.